Hello everybody and welcome to round 3 of the Parallel IndyCar series. Round 3 takes us to the 2.5 mile oval known as the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. We're going to take on 100 laps, 250 miles. These 9 drivers are going to be on task all night long to make sure they could be there at the end to take the overall victory. On pole today is Andrew Das Racing. Second is Mr. Dale Jr. 2012, and third is Pure Blitzen 43. We're going to hand the commentary over to the live feed. As we come around turn 4, ready to start the Indianapolis 250 miles. As they slowly approach the front straightaway, all the drivers in line. Who was going to take this victory? Who was going to take the biggest win of the season this year in the ASRA? The lights go off for the green flag, and it is out. Green, green, green. The pole sitter, Andrew Das Racing, into the lead already. As you look down through the field, everybody sorts out. Mr. Dale Jr. still inside third. He's going to try and make an inside move on the first lap. The number 6 goes very wide indeed. Let me looking through the sort. All these drivers all following in to turn 1, 2, 3, and 4. Things looking to be steadied out. And we have a red car, Rail Fanatic 15, carving his way through the field starting last. He is already up into 5th place, and he is aggressive. He is on the move. And there we have it, Rail Fanatic 15 already up into 4th place. We're going to watch the progress of this 15 car because he is definitely putting on a show. He is definitely proving why he deserves to be inside this race. He definitely wants redemption for the last race that he started on pole. And he is going to absolutely take it. Take whatever he could get to the front. Everybody's holding back in line. Mr. Dale Jr. 2012 chasing down the 18 very hungry contenders inside the Hondas up front. Chevy has won the last race, and Chevy historically have had strong cars here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. So it's going to be really nice to see the competition between these two manufacturers and the teams that they both represent, or rather the teams that represent them. And looking on the outside is a 26 car. That car is very, very strong inside the dirty area. It doesn't look to be that bothered going down the front stretch. We're going to turn off that overview, give you a little bit more screen. As we all funnel through turn 1, the rest of the pack seems to have been airing out a little bit more. Nobody really in a big gap from each other. And the 26 car is trying to go on the outside, and he looks to the inside. Inside of turn 3, the 26 car goes, and that is for the lead of the Indy 250. The number 26 car, just like last year, making its way to the front. Going to be leading laps in the early stages. As we look back through the field, Andrew Das Racing making an attempt for 3rd place, and the attempt was successful. The number 6 car running very, very wide. I don't know why it is running that wide, that far away from the apex, but that seems to be the only way it could keep its speed. We're going to turn up the party comms here a little bit to see what's going on. We hear a lot of commotion in there. No serious things. Looks like there hasn't been any real incidents. We look at the last place car moving our way through the field. Get Who's a Warrior 9 here. And GGR Boy, the Forza rookie. Camera froze there for a second. Tons of fun in the 19 car. Kill Switch at the 61. Pure puts inside of the 6. We got Rail Fanatic 15 in third place. And we have the two leaders now very close on each other is Andrew Das Racing and Mr. Dale Jr. 2012. We see on our comms here that some people made pit stops. I don't think that is fully correct because Rail Fanatic 15 has not made a pit stop. Neither has Andrew nor anybody else really. Everybody has been running fair, consistent pace up at the front. Nobody has came in with tires or fuel. One of the good things about being in Project Cars 2 is that we have the ability to look at driver telemetry, and not just any driver telemetry. We could see how much fuel is inside each of these cars. We look onto the leader of Mr. Dale Jr. 2012, 52.2, and in Andrew Das Racing 52.3, just about the same. Rail Fanatic 15, slightly less. Everybody looks to be on the same fuel load. Look into the far right corner, down the bottom, and the number 4 car is out of fuel. He's out of fuel on the racetrack. Oh, that's gonna be huge. He ran. I think that's gonna have to be a caution. Alright, we welcome you guys back to the Indianapolis 250. The restart zone is gonna be from the start of the turn 4 curbing to the end of it. There's gonna be no overtaking until the start of the pit wall. All the cars start off the line. And the 26 car is off. Green, green, green. The race is back on. We had some incidents there. We had some worries, some problems there, pushing one of the cars out of the way. He is now out of the race. Lap 13 of 100. Everybody now inside the correct positions. Looks like the 18 car of Andrew Das Racing fell back quite a bit, and he's going to have to make his way back up to the field. Let's watch this as he cars by the number 19 car and is on the run. Killswitch also looking to make a move on Rail Fanatic 15, trying to dive to that inside. There's no luck. Here's some action at the back of the field, or rather a car just looking to the inside. Everybody sorting out nice and clean. Everybody back on the proper running conditions. As we look through all of the runners, make sure everybody has the correct fuel. It looks like the 5 car does not. Hopefully he realizes that before he runs out, so we don't have another lengthy caution. If that is the case, we're gonna ask him politely to leave the race rather than having to push somebody around for another 15 minutes. Rail Fanatic 15 looking to take that first position, looking to take that lead from the 26 car. It's been quite the battle up here for the lead of the race. Looking on the outside, the 26 defense going into turn 3. The closest car back to this set of cards is Killswitch. Then you have Andrew Das Racing. The gaps are all inside the top left of the screen. You can see all the cars in their correct position. And the 5 car, just like we said, needed to come down pit road for fuel. Smartly enough, he does that. Gonna be running an alternate strategy here. Probably didn't put as much fuel load, or either accidentally putting on the qualifying setup that happens a lot in league races. You're used to putting down hot laps, and then you're putting down those long distance runs, 100 laps, 250 miles, half distance of the Indianapolis 250. Every round of the parallel IndyCar series is half the length of the original race. So the IndyCar GP was, I think, 90 laps. So that race was 45 laps for the league race. And easily you can tell the Indianapolis 500 is 200 laps, and the 250 is 100 laps. It's going to be the case for every single race here during the season. A long season going all the way to September. All the races being held the Wednesday before the actual race. And all of the live streams or postcast, or whatever you want to call it, all the full race replays are going to be uploaded either after or before the same day as the race. So expect all of that coming up either before the race or after the race. As the two leaders move their way through the lap traffic, we're going to look back to make sure everybody else gets around that 5 car without any big incidents. Looks like everybody is settling back in place. We're going to look back at the number 18 car, and he has pressure from the 6. Going down the inside is pure blitzing, and he's going to make his way, carving his way up the field, doing all he can to stay and claw his way back up to the front. We look at tons of fun. Right now, these two are battling it out at the back. Tons of fun. Going to be his first Indy League race. And let's get a little bit of contact with the Forza rookie there. They're going to sort it all out. This is the battle at the back of the pack. Tons of fun, not as experienced. The Forza rookie not having the best of races, but he always is consistent and is always there at the end. That's why right now he is in a decent spot inside the points. Not too bad there for coming out. Replay running really cool right now. Replay running really cool right now. The strategy is playing out throughout this race. I think the man on the move right now is pure blitzing. He's carving through the field, making his way throughout, catching up to the 61 car. Gonna soon be inside soon gonna be inside the top 3 as you look down. And it looks like we have a message from Gigi. Looks like we have a message from Gigi, our boy, the guy who did run out of fuel. It was fun. He loved when the game starts me with 7 laps of fuel. Had a fast car. Yep, the game started with 7 laps of fuel, and that wasn't enough for him to make a normal fuel run. And he didn't realize in time to hit the pits just like Forza Warrior 9 did. Perhaps Forza Warrior 9 noticed that because Gigi boy ran out. But on board, we have the number 6 car passing the 61, going into turn 4, and our cameras are in the wrong position again. But there we have, a big congestion here. Looks like Andrew that's racing also gonna make his way through. A big jumbo up here, and we have cars all piled together on the front straightaway. The 6 car taking full advantage, moving into the top 3. This is the battle for 3rd. This is really spicy. This is really rallying up. We're going to see which one of these drivers are going to be able to make their way and try their best to catch up with the rest of the field. Who out of these 3 can pose the best challenge to the top 3? And it looks like Andrew Dash Racing spins. He spins it, and now he's inside the warm-up lane. He's going to make a pit stop, or he's going to go straight out. He's going to go straight back out. That's going to be an incident. That's going to count on the tally. We have inside the driver comms. Thanks for having me, DK. I don't know what else to call you, LeMayo. And yep, you are boy out of the event. Message back, thanks. No problem. I'm gonna listen to all the drivers talk it out. You can't hear them, but I can obviously hear them. I have all of their I have all of their communications right now inside my ear. They're not inside yours, but playing both the role as the broadcaster and the race director is a little challenging right now through the field. Looks like everybody is calming down, getting into the runs. I think Who's a Warrior 9 is going to be in the alternate strategy. That's going to benefit him a lot. Really hurts not having AS50 Motorsport here, putting up a good battle against a 26 car. But I have to say, as we are on lap 26 of the 100, the 26 car is doing an excellent job at being both consistent and fast. If you watched the last Indy 250 or you competed in it, you know that the 26 car was fast, but it was very inconsistent, crashing tons of times, spinning, getting involved in different incidents. It cost him a lot. And potentially it probably cost him the race, but this time, leading the race very convincingly with the fastest lap of 39.803, and the 5 car bounces off inside the front of him. It's going to be a second time he comes to lap that 5 car. He's going to make his way past through clean, and no he doesn't. Cursing at the number 5 car as he gets past. Looks like that slowed him down a little bit. Not going to slow him down too much. Rail Fanatic 15 inside second place. Rail Fanatic 15 also doing much better than he did inside the previous Indy 250. Running in a very comfortable second place. Doing really good. I think mostly everybody here is doing rather good. Or everybody inside the top 4 or so. We have competing for the first time legitimately inside the Indianapolis 250. Andrew Das Racing. Inside the last race, his game had some issues and he basically quit very, very early into the race. Right now running 5th, he now has a legitimate chance to see what his race car does during this race. Mr. Dale Jr. back on screen. It looks like he's coming up on some of these lap cars. He kind of have to make his way through this pack. Nice and clean, makes it past the 98 car. Now time to get past the 19 all the way in the middle of the racetrack. Gonna cleanly make its way through. And now on charging to the front, Mr. Dale Jr. 2012. Extending his lead from Rail Fanatic 15, who was back inside second place, 7, almost 8 seconds back, and then 20 seconds back from the leader. We have Andrew Das Racing, then we have tons of fun, and it looks like the number 6 car is inside the pits. This is around the time where everybody needs to be making their pit stops, so we're going to expect a flurry of pit stops in these next couple of laps. It looks like there's another car coming down pit road. And I may be wrong on that one. Yes, that is the 18 car. His crew getting on with the challenge, taking out the tires. It's going to be a nice clean stop. Who else can possibly be coming down for some fuel and some tires? Well, that 15 looks like he'd go another lap. Mr. Dale Jr. 2012, the leader comes down the pit. Maybe Rail Fanatic 15 doing an extra lap just to stretch his fuel mileage. And tons of fun on point 8. He's gonna have to come in this lap if he wants to make it around. So he's on 0.5 laps of fuel. And he is out. Assumably, He should be able to make it in. I think we should at least allow him to enter into the pit road. Oh no, he is stopped. Another driver runs out of fuel in the middle of the race. The errors are continuing to happen in the Indianapolis 250, the 19 car. Right now stuck, running out in the middle of the short chute between 3 and 4, and now stuck on pit lane. Another one stuck. And Rail Fanatic 15 making his way out of the pits. Everybody doing a great job on fuel, except for Tons of Fun and GGR Boy. Two of the lesser experienced drivers inside this field. The two drivers with arguably their first start in any Project Cars 2 event. So understandably, they're going to be the ones making the mistakes and having all the issues. But it looks like, as we load it up, and it looks like most likely Tons of Fun, if he doesn't get pushed to his pit stall, he most likely will be out of the race. Stopped on pit road. Take a look back up to this battle right here. These two drivers settling it out. Andrew Das Racing looked like he actually improved a position during that timeout. Right now, running inside third position. Pure Blitzen. Also running in fourth. Kill Switch in fifth. Andrew Das Racing making up 2 spots inside that pit sequence. Doing a really, really good job there. And we have Rail Fanatic 15 going on the inside with the Forza rookie lapping that car. We're going to look at the timings to see where everybody else is. Right now the only person lapped is Who's a Warrior 9. Tons of Fun out of the race. And right now we're down to 7 drivers, a race of attrition. No connection issues. All of the problems happened when it came down to the fuel runs. As you look at all of the current runners, and we have 6 left, and possibly another one leaving. Looks like Kill Switch is also out of the race. We're now down to 6 drivers. Everybody inside the correct positions, as there's only 6 drivers left. Kill Switch leaving out, that means he's going to finish second. The Forza rookie, like we said, he isn't the most competitive, but he's always there in the end. And that's why he is always inside the good battle for the championship, because he's there at every event, and he's always there in the end when it counts. So look through all the others in the field. We're gonna remove the speedometer. I'm gonna put up the map to see where everybody is positioned right now. And there's a car stopped on pit lane. No. Okay, that's an error from the game. The game shows that there's a car stopped on pit lane, but so far there is no car stopped on pit lane. All the cars, all 6 of them remaining, are on the racetrack. Mr. Dale Jr. 2002. Lead has shrunk from 7 seconds or 8 before he went to the pits down to 2.5 seconds ahead of Rail Fanatic 15. Ajudas Racing 12 seconds back, and then we have the battle for third between him and Pure Blitzen, going through a wad of cars right now. And it looks like that is a car around. That's going to be counted as an incident. So that's going to be counted as one incident. That is the 6th car around of pure blitzing, falling back 26 seconds from the leader. Leading very convincingly is Mr. Dale Jr. 2012. And I think now is around the best time to use some onboards, see some different camera angles, perhaps cockpit, a view that we don't normally see, a view that not really anybody uses, except for perhaps people who play on VR or people who personally prefer this view. We're on board of the 15 car. You can see the speed on the dials on the dash going all the way up to 235, 236 before he dives down into the corner down to 220, 221. Or he's going to be the slowest point inside the corner is 219. Keeping it nice and fresh throughout there. He's possibly closing down on the leader. We're going to be following this battle for the next couple of laps. Closing in on the 26 car. Running on the leader of Mr. Dale Jr. 2012. Let's see what kind of speeds he's running going into the corners. He might be running a little slower in the straights, but a little faster in the corners. That may be where he's picking up that time. Looking through all the drivers here. Down to 217. Okay, we can clearly see, based on the speeds going through the corners, that Rail Fanatic 15 is slowly but surely closing up on the 26 car. 26 car not running as fast on the straights and not running as fast in the corners, dipping down the speed down to 217. We're gonna run another lap on the 15 car to see how he differs. Down to 221, not even hitting 220. And through this corner, going as low as 219, barely inside the 219s, the high 219s. Closing in that gap, trying to make his way back into the lead of this race. Trying to get that retribution for not being able to compete for the win inside of the last Indy 250. He's now closing in on the 26 car. Sounds like he's on the rev limiter, 244 miles per hour. And this is going to be really crucial as they come to lap traffic. Number 5 car, making it nice and steady throughout the race. We're going to see who can move around this car the best. And the number 5 car moves to the inside as we're on board of the 15 car. More big understeer through that corner down to 212. That's going to kill his time a lot. But the 26 car also had a loss of momentum. He increases the gap some more, but that 15 car is on its way, creeping into the picture, creeping into the conversation. Bringing that gap out. Maybe the gap's extending a little bit more here. It's like Mr. Dale Jr. 2012 has had a string of maybe 1 or 2 good laps, or rather not good laps, but laps faster than Rail Fanatic 15s. 15 car is going to have to build back up that consistency to get back on the charge. All the way on the rev limiters, he is well outside the range of the draft. These two are really the only 2 cars on the track really battling with each other on the lead lap. And it's for the lead. Good enough, it's for the lead. If there could only be one battle on the racetrack, it should be for the lead. And that's what we have here tonight. slowing down. You look at the speedometer going down to 218, losing some time. Tire wear could be a problem here. And Mr. Dale Jr. 2012 is increasing that some more. Very 2006 Reynolds style fire suit he has on. As we see him through the corners, and he dips down to 219, 218. It looks like rail fanatic 15 is about as little as a mile an hour, a bit slower on the straights or either in the corner. And that's where he's losing the majority of his time. Cycling through some of the camera angles here. I'm gonna go back to track side, see how everything does. As these two are running around the track, we're gonna head to another break here inside the Indianapolis 250, presented by the Rain Race Podcast. We're back here at the Indianapolis 250. The number 15 car reeling in the 26 slowly by slowly. The gap opening, or increasing rather, by more than a second, and that 15 car is starting to reel in the number 26. They're going to be a little bit later on the fuel run as we are well past halfway, about 4 laps past halfway. And everybody in the top 3 has had a fastest lap under 39 seconds. We won't be able to do the speed conversion on that. But looking at the leader, we have Mr. Dale Jr. 2012, 16 liters of fuel, 16.4. And we've rail fanatic 15 with 19.5. Last pit stop, we had the 15 car come down pit road a full lap after the 26. Maybe, because I'm thinking about it, these two aren't really, well, they're a decent amount, about 4 or so liters, probably more than that, apart on the fuel. So possibly we could see another thing where 26 comes down 1 lap and then the 15 comes down the lap after that. But it's going to be crucial that these guys don't run out like the other 2 drivers did. Right now, it's a battle between these two, and number 15 car is catching, and he's going to make a look on the outside. Very, very bold move. Very bold move for the 15 car, but it did not work. Moves to the inside in turn 3. This is going to be a lead change. The 15 car leads at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Now he is set off a couple laps from the next pit stop. The 15 car is off into the lead, but that 26 car wants to put back the challenge. He wants to come back here and see what he can do. Instead, the 15 car holding it nice and steady inside to lead the race. Perhaps the 26 car running a little bit more conservatively now. You remember we said that the 26 car has done an awesome job at being consistent. As we see a car spun. Which car is that? Oh, that is the 6 car. That is going to count as another incident. And that right there is caution out. How many incidents is that? Alright, so that's caution out. 3 incidents. And the caution is now out. As you look at the leader. Somehow in that whole mess, the 15 car has faded past Mr. Dale Jr. 2012. We are back here in Indianapolis, lap 61. All the cars that went through the pit stops. During that break, the 26 car making a crucial error, sliding through the pits box. losing a position to the 15 car, right back to where it was before the caution came out, controversially. But Andrew Das Racing, he did pit right as the caution came out. The pit's closed when the caution comes out, so he moves back to the rear of the field, same as Forza Rookie and Pure Blitzen. As we all go green here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, look on board of the 18 car, moving his way up through the field. He is going to be chasing down leaders. This is the best chance he's had all race long to catch up with these guys. And it looks like there's a three-way battle for the lead here. The pole sitter, the person who started second, and the guy who's the pole sitter for the first Indy 250. All three of the most competitive drivers inside the ASRA, and the 26 car goes to the inside. Right before that caution came out, we were talking about how consistent the 26 car has been in this race. Not a lot of errors other than the one we just mentioned beforehand with the pit stops. They're doing a great job to keep it on track and doing a very good consistent run. And the 15 car goes back, passing Central for the lead. The 15, then the 26, then the 15 again. The 18 car looking, trying to make something happen from behind, watching these two battle it out. And if all two of them collide, 18 car is going to be there to take all of that nice, delicious lead up. These three running very, very close. Everybody on the same fuel strategy, about the same amount of fuel, unless they did something to the contrary. And while they're this close inside the line, I think it's best to go to the onboard camera and watch the three of these cars run as close together as they are. Running on the front straightaway. The top three all within a second of each other. Into turn one. Into turn two. And on to the back straightaway. 15, 26, 18. And this is also a good time to look at the guys in the back. The Forza Rookie now up to 5th position. And then about 5 or so seconds ahead of him is the number 6 car of Pure Blitzen, making his way up, keeping a very good charge on the field. And we come back to this battle, and it's a hell of a lot closer. Look at these guys. They're going for it. And the 18 car, a lot of oversteer. And that's a spin. The 18 car spins. That's going to be one incident, going very wide and trying to correct it. That's going to be counted as an incident. Jeez. The 18 car almost had a decent run for the lead before that happened. But at least these two are still battling out. 26 and 15 still doing all the job. As we hear through the radio, the 18 car says there goes all of his track position. He's back down into 5th. We will look back there, but right now as it stands, the big battle, the main battle, is for the lead. Mr. Dale Jr. 2012 trying to get back that lead. And in all honesty, I have no idea who's the strongest at this point. We have two very, very strong racers. And for a moment there, we had 3 with the 18 car. So we have potentially 3 race winners to pick from. I mean, yes, it could be anybody. This is a long race, and we don't know what's going to happen inside the closing laps. But as it stands right now, we have these two battling it out for the lead and possibly the win. Everybody's going to need to make one more pit stop before the end of the race, and that's going to be crucial. Getting that pit stop right, getting those fresh tires, whenever the caution happens. Whoever has the least amount of fuel. Because remember, it's just not about who has fuel. It's who has the least amount of fuel, but also has enough to make it to the end. So, whoever can pit the soonest may be of an advantage. But pitting soon could backfire, as you could have used tires, and that's going to hamper your speed quite a lot, especially if you're up against guys with fresh tires. It's a nice hot summer day. Tire degradation is a huge thing, and so these drivers are going to need the tires as much as possible, especially that right front. Right now, these two settling in for the long haul. 30 laps to go inside the race. We're going to open back up the track map to see where everybody else is. So far, everybody all equally spaced out. It looks like everybody's in the correct gaps from each other, except for the first two. They're running both in line. You should look at the speedometers to see which fuel, and to see if Mr. Dale Jr. 2012 is saving fuel. Look, we see 45.1, we see 45.2. So he's saved about 0.1. I'll show you, he has less now, and he makes his way to the lead. The 15 car hits the wall. He's going to lose a ton of momentum there. And the 26 car extends back into the lead of the race. There you have it, the 26 car back into the lead. That 15 car is going to have to go back on the charge to get the leader back. That has hampered his speed quite a lot. The gap now almost 2 seconds from the leader. The closest two cars on track just had somewhat of an incident. We can't tell if that truly was contact between each other or just the 15 going wide, because the game, it doesn't really work in coordinates with each other most of the time. So we just have to take that as the 15 car understeering into the wall, maybe catching a little bit of that dirty air from the 26 and sliding in, scraping along. Good thing is that there's no damage inside these races, so that 15 car suffers no damage at all. He's going to be able to continue at the normal pace he has and continue to wind down the laps, count down the laps until we reach the end, and he hits the wall again. Oh, what has happened to that 15 car? That's the second time since the restart he has hit the wall, and he hits the wall again. I don't know if this is happening on his screen or if this is just a glitch for us, but all of a sudden he is faded off. It doesn't look like he lost too much time. He's only lost about 2.5 seconds in those 3 collisions with the wall, which in all seriousness isn't that bad. But that also be due to the fact that the 5 car was getting passed by the leader, and so we can't really tell the 5 car inside the pits. Pit crew out. Gonna take that nice set of Firestone tires, Firestone Speedway tires, and some nice fresh Speedway fuel. We're gonna go through the field here. The Forza rookie doing a great job staying consistent, not really giving a challenge to the drivers in front of him, staying on track, keeping off the walls, and just like he does at every race, making it to the end all in one piece without suffering any major issues. He's doing a good job there. He's at 5th position. The 18 car, falling well off, was inside the hunt for the lead. Even though he was only as high as 3rd, he was in the hunt for the lead since that restart. spinning, hitting the inside wall, fading some 17 seconds back. Surely if there's another incident, this 18 car is going to be in the conversation. We go to pure blitzing, 9 seconds back. Also having some incident spinning as we see the leader coming down pit road for possibly the last stop of the race. It's going to be close for the leader if that's going to be the last stop. We don't really know the fuel mileage of each of these cars. It differs between whether they're running full rich or whether they're running on lean. How much fuel they even put in the car, because you could put up to 70 liters in the car. Some drivers might opt to put less fuel in. But moving to Mr. Dale Jr. 2012 as we go through the field. Right now we can look on board and see 69.6. He put the maximum amount of fuel, and the game shows that can get you 28 laps on green. Ignore all the noise in the background. I can't do anything about it. But exiting the pits with a full tank of fuel, already down 1 liter from exiting his pit stall, is Mr. Dale Jr. 2012, cutting the pit exit a bit there. I don't think he really gained much at that point because he's well past the apex. And we move to the leader, Rail Fanatic 15, who has a ton more fuel. He's going to run it a lot deeper into the race. Real interesting here. Mr. Dale Jr. 2012, pitting early. The 15 car going on a slightly different strategy, it seems. Got to pit later into the race. And we'll just have to wait and see which one pays off, as we're about to cross over into 20 laps to go. We're on the home stretch right now. 20 laps to go at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And he approaches the 98 car of the Forza rookie. How is he going to be able to get past this car? Forza rookie dives down to the inside. Very gentleman move of him to leave room for the leader. Around goes to 15. As we tick down the laps and look at Mr. Dale Jr. 2006. We're going to be watching these two gaps because everybody except for Who's a Warrior 9 and Mr. Dale Jr. 2012 has to make pit stops. So we're going to be watching the gaps inside the top left of the leaderboard. Mr. Dale Jr. 2012, a lap down, 1 minute and 2 seconds back, 63 seconds back from the 15 car, who's the leader. That's around how much time it takes you to get in and out of the pits. Or to see who else has somewhat of an advantage on the next person who can get a free pit stop. And honestly, nobody can really get a free pit stop. It's going to be interesting because Rail Fanatic 15 is going to be running his fuel to the absolute limit, but so does the 26 car, but they're going to be running it to the limit at 2 different times. And so the gap remains at 1.2 seconds now up to 1.3, a minute and 3 seconds between the two potential front runners. And 11 seconds back is the 6 car, as we're going to take our final break before we come to the end of the 2019 Indianapolis 250 presented by the Rain Race Podcast. We are back at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway with 15 or so laps to go, lap 85 of 100. The 15 car continues to lead. 13.3 liters left, 13.0 liters left inside the 15 car. And is he possibly? Yes, he is coming down to fill up that car. Last week he'd be using a little bit less fuel. He doesn't have to completely fill it. If he does, that's going to cost him a lot of time. And we're going to be watching the gaps between him and Mr. Dale Jr. 2012. Also, the number 6 car, it was about 11 or so seconds back. Shows up to 15 on the leaderboard. And we're going to move to Mr. Dale Jr. 2012. Not yet past Rail Fanatic 15. He's definitely close. He's going to be a little bit more than a lap behind. A little bit less than a lap behind, rather. As we see the 15 car make that slow trot down pit lane. 37 miles per hour. A full tank of fuel. That's going to make his car really, really heavy. He leaves pit lane. We're going to switch the camera back to Mr. Dale Jr. 2012. And he is on the front straight. And he's lost quite the time to Rail Fanatic 15. Rail Fanatic 15 coming off turn 2. And Mr. Dale Jr. 2012 inside the short chute. Coming on the back straightaway. And they're about 10 seconds apart. Rail Fanatic 15 putting on an absolute show. And looks like the yellow is out. The yellow is out here. Back here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway after a brief caution for a car on its lid. We didn't see the car at all. Possibly resetting before we even had a chance to. But all the gyros getting back in line, slowing down to the 80 mile per hour or so speed limit before the restart. We're going to turn off the fuel and the speedometer as we watch all these cars come back to the line. When we come to the line, it's going to be a 10 lap shootout. The 18 car making its way through pit strategy back up to the lead, or rather due to the caution coming out at the correct time. And he is off into the lead, and he's going to get a big jump. And we're going to look back through the pack at the 15 car and the 26, and they are going to be on the charge to try and catch that 18 car. The 2 fastest cars of the day are going to have to be on it in order to win this race. They've been doing an absolute killer job of keeping it at the front all race long, keeping the pace up, keeping the action up for everybody at home. And the 26 car already closing in on Andrew Das Racing. And he's going to make a look to the outside, defending to the inside, the 18 all the way down, the 26 on the outside, making bold moves, very close moves, trying to take that lead away. In the 15 car, I'm not sure if he actually brushed the wall there, but it may or so look so. 26 car trying to get by, but the 18 defending convincingly, making a look on the outside. This is incredible stuff here. That 15 car dealing with a lot of understeer, not being able to keep it stuck in the corner. But now we have the 26 making another look, the 18 putting it as close to that inside wall as you can physically do without hitting the car. Trying his best to keep the 26 charge away. And so far he's done an absolute killer job at that. So the 26 car brushed the wall a little bit there. And if this continues this way, the 18 car could be walking away with a victory inside the Indianapolis 250, the first victory he has this season. And if that's going to be the case, well, if any of these 3 drivers win tonight, they're going to be the 3rd different winner inside the Parallel IndyCar Series. So right now, no matter what happens, we're basically locked into a new winner. None of these drivers have won in this season, and none of these drivers have won here in the Indy 250. So we're going to be looking at a new winner regardless of who takes the charge. Making its way, the 26 getting a nice run inside the short chute. He's going to be looking to pass that 18 car again. The 18 defense getting as close to that wall as possible. Weaving down the front stretch. I don't know if the 26 car is going to like that too much. Down through turn 1 and 2. Putting an absolute show on. And if those two front running cars crash, Rail Fanatic 15 is there to scoop up the results and take the win. And all the way down the 26 car, running a little bit wide, keeping it off the wall. Good stuff there. The 15 car is now on his tail. Oh my god, this has gotten extremely spicy. The 15 car goes by lap 95 of 100, moving its way to the lead. Going to be making his way around turn 1 and 2. Is he going to be able to catch that 18 car, or are these two going to fight and the 18 walk away with it? We saw the 18 car spin earlier coming out of turn 2, and now he's leading the race. He's leading the race, all from a fortunate scenario of pit stops, and he could walk away with it all, winning the Indianapolis 250. This is incredible stuff here, but we can't say that too fast, because the 15 car is right there looking to punks. Lap 96 out of 100. We can see how tense these drivers are. Number 18, all he has to do is hold off the charges, and he has done great at that. 26 not being successful at passing him, and now it's going to be the 15 car's turn. That's if he can catch Andrew Das Racing. Looking through the field, Pure Blitzen in 4th, the Forza Rookie in 5th, Loser Nation in 6th, but it's all to play for the top 3 drivers. Everybody challenging for the win right now. The top 3 all within 2 seconds of each other. 6.6 seconds back is the 15 car. Lap 97. We're closing down the laps here. And what a spectacular victory it'd be for the driver who basically lagged out of the original Indy 250. He now has a chance to win. But before that happens, the pole sitter of the last Indy 250, not this one, the one that went ahead of this, is now at a chance for his redemption to get back that win that he so hardly fought for, or so hardly wanted. We have a lap car. They're coming up on lap traffic, and this is going to be big to play for. Looks like the Hoosier Nation goes down to the inside. Very, very smart move by the 5 car, keeping it out of the way of the leaders. We had to give him commendation for that, as these two fight it out. And the 15 car spins. The 15 spins, and he hits the 26. The 18 car well ahead, 3 seconds up on the field. That is going to be no contention. The 15 car, if he makes it around, can win the race. That's going to be it. Going around turn 3, going around turn 4, it's going to be Andrew Das Racing, the only driver to be here for literally every single race. Well, rather, almost every single race. He missed one inside the Global Touring Car Championship. So far, he's been at the most ever ASRA events, a big supporter, partial owner of the ASRA. Right now, he is gonna be inside the prime seat. 2 more corners to go. Turn 3, then turn 4, then the front stretch, then the car rolls over the bricks, the same bricks that he is going to be kissing. The 18 car claims victory at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. That is 3 different winners in the first 3 races, and the first Indy 250 win for Andrew Das Racing. Second place is Mr. Dale Jr. 2012. Third place is Pure Blitzen. And all the way down in fourth place is Ray Hall Fanatic 15. After an exciting 250 miles, here are the results. Andrew Das Racing takes the win. Mr. Dale Jr. 2012 in second position, and Pure Blitzen inside the third position. Decent and strong day for the Forza rookie, taking in that fifth place. Moves him up very high inside the championship. Tough day for Kill Switch. That is the lowest he has finished all season long, but he is still the closest to challenge Andrew Das Racing for the championship lead. The point standings are as follows. Andrew Das Racing inside the lead, 138 points, a little bit ahead of Kill Switch 970 with 111 points. Midfield battle right now is being led by the Forza rookie with 92 points, a little bit off from the top runners. The Onyx Ace, winner of the GP, wasn't here tonight. He was inside Indianapolis for the actual race. He still has a decent fight, 82 points inside the books, and then it goes on from there. Bottom of the list, we have some of our part-time runners. We have GGR Boy joining in for the race. We may see him through the rest of the season, and Osama Stay Trappin', who hasn't been here since Long Beach. We're gonna stick around for a couple more minutes just to hear the post-race interviews by both the winner and the number 15 car.
We kind of lucked into that. I felt like we had the third best car. I gotta thank Kyle because he gave me his setup. We could run with them, but if we got within like a car length or two, we get really loose. So that's why I made a few mistakes, but I think overall we really lucked in. I mean, the caution came out at the right time where both of us were in the pits when it happened. I was in front of Cole, and that really helped us out there. So I think that's what won us the race. Really luck, but I think overall I'm happy. We finally won something in this series, in this league. So yeah, move on to the next one.
So I really think we had the best car of the race. There was a time in the race where I passed Cole flat out. You know, I was running with Cole, basically kept a 2-second gap the entire race, but whenever I'd get close to him, I'd try and back off. And then the one time I didn't back off and I tried to actually pass him, I got the job done halfway down the back straight. So I knew coming to the finish, I knew I was going to be able to pass him and beat him. I was just kind of holding my line and just racing my race and staying clean. It was flying. I knew last time when we made the setup change to the race setup, I learned from that mistake, and we didn't change from the qualifying setup this time around, even though I missed qualifying. And we just had, obviously, a hell of a faster race car than we did last race. But on that final stop, right when the yellow happened, I came into the pits at the wrong time, took fuel, didn't get tires, so then I elected, instead of keeping the lead on old tires, I'd just come in for fresh tires. And that looked like it was going to pay off in the end. I thought I was going to be able to get Andrew. We entered turn 4. I was a little high, just lost the right rear, and just couldn't save it. In that final stint, my right side tires were absolutely just being destroyed to pieces. I knew I was going to be in trouble. Once Cole hit the wall and fell back like I expected him to, we just the race fell in my hands as it did last race, and I had the speed this time. Just we came up close again. So I'm hoping in the third running of the Indy 250 I'll be able to take it, because I am going to win this race.